Welcome back to the chapter Indian Financial System. Today we are going to discuss financial institution. Okay, in the previous video we have already discussed the financial system, the role of it, the importance and the growth and development policy or the weaknesses as well. Okay, so today we will know about financial institution. So let's understand that what are the financial institution. Okay, so basically the financial institution are an important component of financial system. Okay, this is very clear that it is an important component of financial system. It provides you the principal means by which savings are transformed into investment. There are majorly 9 types of financial institution like the central bank, the commercial bank, internet bank, credit unions, savings and loan association, investment bank and companies, brokerage firm and the insurance companies. Okay, so financial institutions are also known as financial intermediaries because they collect savings from the savers and put it into the desired channels for their development. Okay, so what are the things financial system provide? So basically the financial system provide you the payment system, the pooling of funds and the transfer of resources from the channel to the desired channel. Okay, so there are some roles which financial institution play, and that is very important role in the financial system for the economy and the growth of our country. Okay, so now we will know about some specialized financial institution. There are some specialized financial institution like SIDBI, Exim Bank, NABARD, PFC, REC and NHB, etc. Okay, so what SIDBI do? SIDBI is basically for the small industrial industry development. Exim is for export and import, and NABARD is for agriculture and rural development. PFC is Power Finance Corporation, REC Rural Electrification Corporation, and NHB is National Housing Bank. Okay, so these are some specialized financial institution. Okay, so there is a channel of the financial system where the supplier of funds move to the financial intermediaries, then move to the who are demanding these funds. These funds from there it goes to the financial market. So basically, this is a payment system cycle. Okay, from the supplier of fund to the demander of fund, it's a payment system cycle. Okay, now we will know about the role of financial institution. Financial institutions are the financial mediators. Okay, financial mediators who play an important role for what? They play an important role between the supplier and the demander of funds. Okay, these institutions provide the means of transferring the resources from the savers to those who need the resources for the productive purpose in the economy, which will help in the development of the country. Okay, clear? Next one is savings of the savers. The savings of the saver reach the borrowers through the financial intermediaries in the form of instruments such as shares, stock, debentures, deposit, loans, etc. Okay. Financial institution provide you the safety for safe transaction in the economy, liquidity for easily converting into the monetary assets and the monetary and ensuring you the returns of savings. Okay. So these are the safety, liquidity and the returns which financial institution provide us. Okay, so these institution helps to develop the saving habit because it give you safety, it's provide you the liquidity and it provide you the returns of saving which motivate people to save and invest in the economy. Okay, they mobilize the huge amount of saving for the industrial development. Mobilization, it means that to organizing things, to organizing funds and peoples to do the investment for the economic or their own development. Okay, they supply capital to the small, medium, and large industry in the form of capital. Okay, like venture capitals and the services which promote economic growth. Venture capital, we have learned that it is very important for the startup firms. Okay, venture capital provide funds to the startup funds. This one we have to remember, venture capital. So basically the financial institution contribute to the growth and development of industries, agriculture and the service sectors. Okay, these things we have to keep in our mind. Okay. So after the role of financial institution, we will discuss the classification of financial institution. What are the different type of banking system? Okay, we have already known that there are two types, main one banking system and the second is non-banking system. So here we will talk about the banking system and the under which commercial bank is the first one which we will discuss today. Okay, so under the commercial bank, first one is public sector bank. So basically the public sector banks, we go for our daily services and all the facilities the public sector provide, they are majorly by the government. Okay, so where a major stake is held by the government, that is public sector bank, and there are 12 public sector bank. You can say like Bank of Baroda, PNB and SBI, and these all are the public sector banks. Okay, private sector. So there are private sector banks. How many private sector? 22 private sector banks are there, and there are 4 local area private banks also. So private bank are like HDFC, ICICI, IDBI, and these banks are owned by either the individual or a general partner with the limited partner. Okay. And now we will talk about the RRBs, regional rural banks, which are operating basically at the regional level in the different state of India. Okay, there are 56 regional rural bank in India and they all are state-wise. And these are owned by the 50% of the government of India. Sponsor banks are 35% and state government 15%. This ratio is very important. You should keep in your mind that how much percentage is owned by the government of India, how much is sponsor bank owned, and how much percentage is owned by the state government. Okay. Now foreign bank. Foreign bank is a type of bank that is obligated to follow the regulation of both the home and the host country. Okay, it means like there is a Bank of America and it is situated in India, so he has to follow American rules also and the Indian rules, which is important for the bank regulation. Okay, so basically there are 45 foreign banks in India, like you can Citibank, Standard Chartered Bank, HSBC, and these all are foreign banks. Okay, so next part of banking system is commercial bank. We have cleared public sector, private sector, RRBs, and foreign banks are the part of commercial bank. Next is cooperative bank. So basically a cooperative bank is a financial entity which belongs to its member who are at the same time the owners and the customer of their bank. Okay, this is the main type. At the same time they are owner as well as the customer of their bank. These are created by the person belonging to the same local and professional community. It basically belongs to the community. Okay, community or those who are sharing a common interest. Clear? So basically there are 44 cooperative banks in India and they are two types, urban cooperative and the rural cooperative banks. Okay, clear? Now we will move to the banking financial institution. Here we will know about the banking financial institution. So you know that bank is an institution which receives funds from the public and gives loan and advances to those who need them. Okay, We know what bank do in a simple words. They give loans, they accept deposits, and they provide the facility of some general services. Okay. So bank basically act as a bridge between the user of the capital and those who save the capital. Okay. The Banking Companies Act 1949. Okay. So what is this? The Banking Company Act 1949 defines a banking company as the one which transacts the business of the banking in any state of India and the world. Okay. So what are the general functions of a bank? Any bank, what they do, like they accept deposit. Okay, a bank accept deposit from the individuals, firms, and institution, and these deposits are the main source of the finance for a bank. Okay, there are three types of deposits: demand deposit, fixed deposit, and the saving deposits. Second function of a bank, advancing loan. When you need a loan, you go to bank and ask them to advance you a loan. Okay, so basically bank lend money mainly for industrial and the commercial purpose. Okay, the lending may take the form of the cash, credit, overdraft, loans and advances, or discounting of any bills. Okay, agency services is another function of bank, where the collection of bills, promissory notes and checks, collection of dividends, interest, premiums, and the purchase and sale of shares and security, these all are related agency services of a bank. Okay. And the general services, what comes under the general services of a bank? So they like the issue of the letters of credit, travelers check, bank's draft, circular notes. When we need the draft, we go to the bank and ask them. They give the money and ask them for making the draft for the regular interval and the what purpose we need the draft. They make the draft for it. Okay. What are the major essential of a sound banking system? First one is safety. Why safety? Because the existence of a bank completely depends on the safety of funds of their customers. Okay. Next is liquidity. It is also an important factor because a bank ensures that the money being lent is not blocked for a long time. Okay, for a long period. Next is profit. Profit. A bank aims at securing reasonable profit for its shareholders. When a bank ensure a customer that profit is there with their deposits, then it is also a essential of a sound banking system. Okay, flexibility. What is flexibility? There should be complete flexibility, like there should be complete flexibility in the terms of deposit and credit policies of a bank so that it can meet easily their all the needs. Okay. Marketability. So when a bank must make sure that the securities in which it invested, its funds are easily sellable. Okay, when the funds can easily sellable into the market without the loss, it is marketability. Okay, dispersal. Dispersal. What is dispersal? Dispersal is basically the process of sending. The process of sending in the all parts of country or the world. Okay, when banks should disperse to all parts of the country for an equitable growth of all the reasons and should not be concentrated only in a few states, that is dispersal. Okay, diversification of risk. So generally a good bank always avoid investing all its funds for any particular industry. Okay, this is diversification of risk. So next is commercial bank and their function. We know what are the commercial banks. Commercial banks are basically public sector, private sector, regional rural and the foreign banks. Okay. So it generally accept deposit from the general public and extend loans to the household, government and firms. And basically the Banking Regulation Act 1949, okay, lays down that the commercial banking consists of accepting for the purpose of lending or investment or deposit of money from the public. Okay, so there are the major function of the commercial bank: receiving, deposit. So there are four types of deposit. First one is fixed deposit, current deposit, saving deposit, and the recurring deposit. So deposit is basically saving bank deposits. So these deposits are made from the surplus funds to earn investment. Sorry, interest. Okay, this is to earn the interest. And current account deposit is when these are the deposit which can be withdrawn by the depositor at any time whenever they want. And fixed deposit, these deposit that can be withdrawn after a specific time. Okay, next function of a commercial bank is lending loans. So lending loans, the one is overdraft facility, because this is the most common way where the bank allows the borrower to overdraw his or her current account. Okay. Next is discounting bills. So in this method, basically the customers are put in the position of money before the bills in their possession maturity. Okay. Term loan. So term loan are the loans which has given for a particular period. Cash credit. Cash credit is a cash credit given to the customers of the current account basically. Third one is transfer of funds. So these take place when the bank transfer funds from one place to another by the means of demand draft, telegraphic transfer, traveler checks, and the foreign remittance. Okay. So and what is the demand draft? Demand draft is basically a check drawn by one branch of the bank by another. Okay. Fourth function of the commercial bank is credit creation. So what is the credit creation? Credit creation is one of the most important function performed by a commercial bank, where credit is generally defined as the finance made available by one party to another on a certain rate of interest. Okay. And the agency function is basically the other functions, like the bank drafts is there, issuing checks are there, paying bills, and all the locker facilities provided by the banks. These all come under the agency function. Okay. Next is importance of commercial banking. The first one is commercial bank helps in industrial development. They help companies to float shares and bonds and get funds of the general public. How? Because bank lend directly to the companies, and these are the amount which bank lends directly to the companies for short time to buy the raw materials and wages which they need for their industry development. Okay. Second is the system of a bank check and bank draft enables large scale trade between regions and countries, because these draft and check help them to trade in different regions. Okay. Commercial bank encourage saving and accumulation of wealth by the public. Why? Because without the supply of funds, the commercial bank, large enterprises would not have come into existence. Okay, because this is the importance of commercial banking. Next is commercial bank. Commercial bank helps in transferring surplus fund from where they are in excess and from where they are required. Okay, so these the transferring system of a commercial bank helps in the development of backward regions. Okay, commercial banks create credit by providing more loans and advances to industry than their cash position permits, and this is also the major important part of commercial banking. Okay. Next and the last of the commercial banking is drawbacks. There are also some major drawbacks, like commercial bank are more expensive than the traditional bank. Okay, if you will talk about the services of SBI, Bank of Baroda, PNB, then they are less expensive than the services of HDFC, ICICI. Okay, so these are the drawbacks of the commercial banking. Most of the commercial banks have excessive overdues which have adversely affected the capacity of a bank to lend money. Why? Because the 40% of loan advances by these banks have actually become the bad debts. Okay, these are the bad debts, and that is also a drawbacks of a commercial banking. So today we have already discussed all the major things of the commercial banking, importance, drawbacks, functions, and the types of commercial banking. So in the next part, we will discuss about the non-banking financial institution and the financial instrument. Okay, these two parts are left in the Indian financial system, and after that we will discuss the important question related to this topic. Okay, thank you.